Dubins. It's 4:20.
It is 4:20. Someone is smoking in the world today.
Trying to.
Somebody's phone turned on. Yeah, it is 4:20 somewhere in the world, in Amsterdam, in California, in Colorado, Texas, New York, New Jersey, here in Florida. Oh no, not in California. It's 3:20. No, it's not. No. But somewhere it's 4:20. Now it's 4:20. But somebody is lighting up a nice fat one right now. Yes, this is the Crockett
I
and
gotta
Tubb
clean
show.
up my area here. All right.
This is the Crockett and Tubb show, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I
There we
am
go.
I am your co-host, uh, Mister.
The co-host with the most toast.
The co-host with the most toast. I ain't trying to boast, but the
But your
boy.
wife, your wife makes a good pot roast.
Yeah, she does. She's just a great cook. She is an awesome cook. Shout out to all the wives that know how to cook and girlfriends that know how to cook. Just women period that just know how to cook.
So, man, I've had a crazy, crazy day today. Would you like to hear about my day?
I would sure like to hear about Mr. Sonny P's day.
So, as you know, my primary job, the way that make my big dollars, my millions, is I'm an MMA coach.
Right.
I coach fighters
Mm-hmm.
and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu practitioners,
Right.
and and sometimes these guys when they compete, of course I got to be there to coach them.
Mm-hmm.
And today is the weigh-ins for my fighter. So on the way to the weigh-ins, we get a text message that my guy's fighter pulled out, and or he couldn't make weight,
Mm-hmm.
and um, and then it became, all right, will you fight him at 175? And we're like, okay. And then the guy was like, well, I can't make 175 now either. So the guy kept like changing, and then finally he said, I'm just not going to do the fight because I feel sick now from trying to lose weight.
Lose
So then
weight
the fight was
fast.
off, and then when I'm at weigh-ins, the guy's coach comes up to me and tells me that the fight's still on.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the kind of crazy shit that goes on with amateur MMA. It's very unprofessional and pain in the ass, like, because you're dealing with, frankly, with amateurs. You're not dealing with professionals. You're dealing with amateurs, and that goes all the way up down the line to how they train, and I try to train my guys to be professional, and that means being on weight, being on time, getting your blood work done,
Right.
doing all the things that you need to do if you're going to fight. I'm not going to babysit you and hold your hand and bring you to the doctor to get your blood work done. You got to do that shit on your own.
Right.
So, um, you know, some of these guys are very well prepared, and some of them, it's like you don't know what's going through their head, especially when they've been in this situation 5 or 6 times before. It's like, why haven't you gotten it down pat yet?
I mean, it's like you say, dealing with amateurs. I mean, a professional fighter would constantly live in the gym. They 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 take the
I
time to
mean,
know how to
some
eat.
pros come in overweight too sometimes,
True
but
that. True. I mean, when you got to drop weight fast, that's not healthy either.
no, it's not. That's actually, so. This is a controversial statement that I'll make, but it's true. Um, I'm not saying all my fighters are clean, first of all, but people bitch about steroids
Hmm.
in the fight game, or in any professional sport. They bitch about people taking steroids. But here's the thing, man. It's like weight cutting is way more dangerous than taking steroids. way more dangerous. You're putting yourself at huge risk by dehydrating yourself to the level that some of these guys dehydrate themselves. Because some of these guys are doing 20-pound to 25-pound weight cuts in a week. And it's like, I know guys that have had to go to the hospital and get IVs after a weight cut.
I mean, if you look at it, there's no pro or con to either one of them. I mean, I can say the pros, if you are an athlete and you're into that stuff, doing that, I guess you look at it as the pro for the weight loss. You're losing the weight fast, so you can be able to fight. The con is it's not healthy.
Right.
Just like steroids. The pro of the steroid is that I'm gonna get that mass fast. I'm gonna work out is gonna give me that adrenaline to get me to do this workout and do whatever I gotta do. But in the long run, it's gonna mess my body up, and then it's gonna, if it's something that's illegal to have in the sport I'm doing, if I get caught with it, then I'm out. So It's always a pros and a con of everything.
Right.
But I mean, to each his own. I mean, I know people that just took the powder drinks, they working out and the powder shakes and all that. They weight gain and stuff. I couldn't do that. I just go natural. I mean, just go in the gym, work your muscles. I mean, but the powder shakes, I guess it works for those people because you could see the weight gain, but after, how do you stop taking that kind of stuff? Do you constantly have to take it to keep yourself?
The way it works, and I only know this because I've been around the sport for so long, but the way it works is you cycle. You do what's called a cycle. Mm-hmm. So let's say you're like, some of these guys are crazy. They get on all kinds of shit. Like they get on testosterone, then they get on like HGH, and they stack. So like they stack these drugs, and they're taking all of them at the same time, and they get amazing growth. But like HGH is a dangerous drug if you're not careful with it, because it grows. Like people have used HGH to the point where it's grown their internal organs. Like they made their internal organs grow as well.
I mean, I don't get it. I mean, like I said, I guess
testosterone honestly is relatively like harmless. It's like weed, like unless you've got like problems like high blood pressure or other issues that are related to that, but it's pretty harmless to take testosterone, and it helps a lot of guys.
I ain't talking about testosterone because what's his name? Frank Thomas, he advertises that testosterone stuff that he takes. I'm talking about steroids. I've taken steroids, but that's because I had the PRK that I had the eyes. I had to take special steroids for my eyes.
Right.
That's different. But I'm talking about steroids. When you're taking steroids, that's enhancing your abilities.
Yeah.
Like Mark McGwire, all them baseball players that in the past that came up, that's taking that kind of stuff. That's illegal to take. But in the long run, like, okay, prime example. Hulk Hogan, Sylvester Stallone, maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look how their body look. I know they up there in age, but they muscles look flabby. You know what I'm saying? Arnold Schwarzenegger he was Mr. Universe. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't say he took steroids back then. All he did was different weights, but
he definitely took steroids.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure. All these athletes out there, bodybuilders that's competing, I'm pretty sure they sticking something in their bloodstream to help them, to give them the advantage.
Of course.
And because I knew when I first came in the military, I knew the NCO that was in charge of the young analysis says he was one of the biggest potheads on the base, and he knew like when the drug test was going to be. So that he just knew. So it's like, I guess these guys that take the steroids and all that know when they're going to take a piss test, or they're not even the type of person to be like, oh, okay, that's always getting picked on or always getting looked at a suspicious way to say that you're under some kind of influence. So we're going to constantly test you.
Right.
Then of course you're going to be able to skip. You're gonna be able to get your shot in, probably
Right.
be able to detox your system. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a competition. If you
These
know,
guys that know how to beat the system.
nah. I mean, I'm like this. I mean, why? If you're so great of an athlete, why you have to use illegal substance to enhance your abilities instead of doing it naturally?
Well,
That's how you know you the great, the goat. Because every person that's every athlete, not every athlete, but the athletes out there that tested positive had some the drug substance. Every NFL players, athletes. How can you when you look at your fans and say don't do drugs and all that? How can you look at that knowing that you just now you're suspended? One of your fans is one of your favorite players. Now you're suspended because enhancement in drugs, enhanced drugs or whatever.
PDEs. Or
PBEs, yeah, PDEs, yeah,
PEDs.
those
Physical
things. PEDs,
PEDs, yeah.
PED heads. So, so that I mean to bring us to that point, that sounds like a more safety.
What just happened?
Yeah,
Something just happened with the sound.
who's saying? I can hear you. With your computer, maybe. Could y'all hear us? I can hear the first muted.
Yeah, it's definitely coming from you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Try to disconnect and come back. There's a loud humming. Oh, it just stopped. Or
Oh,
when,
that was me. Oh, I put my book down by the phone. Oh, my bad. Can you hear me now?
what did you do?
I put my notebook down on my laptop key, like I guess right where the fan is at.
Oh yeah, it was making your fan super loud.
You can hear it down still.
I can still hear your fan. Yeah.
It's because I sat it on top, so the fan overworks, so it's gonna cool down.
All right, give me a second here because I done screwed up my audio now.
So it could be coming from you, because I hear it.
Hang
But
on.
I don't.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Speaker. All right, there we go.
that's your speakers.
Oh, the speakers are still.
What I mean, it's coming from your end.
Yeah, I know. Hang on. I'm trying to fix the problem here. I'm not having good luck today, bro.
Man, what's going on? How's everybody look out there?
Technology, all kinds of things.
How's
External
everybody?
headphones.
You got your headphones on. What's going on, people? How's y'all Friday going on? How's y'all work day about to end? It's like 4:30. So I know some of y'all getting off at 5 o'clock. I know military getting off in 30 minutes. They're probably gathering up for formation. What's it? Friday at the motor pool. Yes, they're at the motor pool right now. I'm being inspected by my brother Naomi. I can't hear you. So they can hear me though, hopefully, because I'm on. Actually, I'm on Sunny's connection. So hopefully, yep, we having people leaving.
It should be working now. How about
Oh,
now?
Janine says she hear both of us fine.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Jesus Christ.
All right, so
Yeah.
what? See, safety threw me off. So what I was gonna say, since you brought up the steroids and taking enhancement drugs, it's not good. So the safety that I want to bring up, I want to bring up some COVID updates for Florida,
Oh,
just for
okay.
our area, because I know people. I don't know what y'all numbers looking like where y'all at, but I know Florida numbers are rising, are going up. But it is now airborne if no one's actually when reading the news. It is airborne, which can travel through air and small particles. So before it was in droplets, now it's more harder to detect because it can stay long in the air. Hospitals are now nearing capacity. So now they've taken workers and nurses from one hospital, moving them to another hospital to cover space and to cover shifts for lack of nurses because it's too many patients per nurse. So yeah, like for instance, my wife's hospital. Yeah. So St. Joe, this is not her hospital is not a normal hospital. It's not a hospital like a size of a VA hospital. It's more like cardiac. So you gotta be there. You gotta have a reason to be there. You gotta have heart issues to be at that hospital. But now, they have to have space for COVID patients, or just if a person comes, they have to set up extra rooms for all the available hospitals that's around, clinics or whatever, mostly hospitals. But yeah, just the age range is between 19 and 80 at that hospital. And some people, not a lot of them actually may have, I mean, that's, I can't go into, and she can get into all their medical conditions, but most of them probably don't even have like a pre-existing medical issue. Like, from 19, I think one ranged from like 20s, one was in the 30s, 40s, one was 60, and one was in the 80s. And that's in one hospital. So it's out there. And the 10% of Florida population is infected. So there's 21 million people plus in Florida. 10% of that, like 3 million plus are infected cases. And the death toll is now up to about 4,178 deaths. Just from Friday, July 4th, from July 4th to today, 54,124 people are infected, positive infected. Just in Florida, positive infected cases is 244,145 people. So it's out there. I'll just say, for those that's wrapping up your face, wash your hands. If you are people that like to use neoprene gloves and use like the surgical gloves, some people do that. I've seen people in Walmart like that. You can continue to do that. That will, help you from getting it. And I seen an interesting video. You ever heard of Bill Nye, the science guy?
Of course, he's not actually a science guy, but yeah,
he has a video out about wearing the mask. It's like a part 2 to this mask that he got on TikTok. And I'm actually going to test my mask out with this mask theory. He tested out speaking of mask, he tested out this mask, like all his different type of masks that we all can wear, like homemade masks. He had this mask that was homemade with 2 layers of cloth material and another layer with, I think, something to filter it, and he had a candle lit. So he was like, if I can blow out the candle with the mask on, this mask is ineffective. So I think the first mask he had on was some flimsy old mask that actually blew the candle. It didn't. I think the first one he had blew the candle out, which wasn't an effective mask. The second one, the flame moved a little bit, so he had it like halfway ineffective. And the third one he put on actually didn't blow. It blew it a little bit, so he gave it a full effective, like really effective. And so then he put on N95 mask. It didn't move the candle at all. And so basically his theory behind this was the mask is only to keep people's germs from hitting him. That was the purpose of it. It's not for his germs coming out and protecting. It's so if he coughs or if somebody coughs, it don't come out on them. That's what the mask is for. So he said if the candle can get blown out with a mask, then that's an ineffective mask. So if somebody cough, spit, whatever on your mask or whatever, your mask get wet, it doesn't protect you from anything. So, speaking of masks, this is the mask that hopefully it works. It'll be funny if it could work. This is airborne. I took this as it's not a joke. I'm not joking, but eventually, I hope it don't come to this.
Bro.
So, I hope it don't come to this.
I'd rather just get COVID and get over it than have to wear a fucking mask like that all the time.
I know y'all can still hear me. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is.
What's up,
good?
Justin Whaley?
What's good, Justin? So yeah, this is eventually it's gonna have to come to this. Eventually, if I'm prepared.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Listen, I'm saying, listen.
Stop being a pussy. Just go out and get COVID and get it over with.
I have a family that I care about. I can't do that.
Just isolate yourself for 2 weeks. You'll be fine.
Why would I want to take myself away from my family? On purpose?
It's just 2 weeks.
On purpose? Why would I want to do that on purpose then?
So you can get the immunities.
I got O positive blood type.
I still believe that weed kills COVID.
That's your theory, bro.
It's a strong theory.
You need to.
I have very strong anecdotal evidence.
You need to call the CDC.
I have very strong anecdotal evidence to prove that smoking weed is positive. If you
look, if you got this mask on in the gas chamber, you will not breathe that shit in. So if I know I can breathe in the gas chamber with this mask on,
what are you breathing in right now?
My own air, fresh, good air.
Yeah, but where's it coming from?
If you farted right now, I won't breathe that shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you jumped underwater, like how would you?
It will. No, it's not like that. This right here, the only thing right here I'm missing is on this side. I have a canister. That's like for biological.
Hold on a second, Janine's piping up here. The antibodies are only short term. Really, I have not heard that.
She's a nurse, bro. She's a nurse. She come home every day and give me all kind of stuff to understand.
I know, that's why you're so scared, because you keep hearing all the negative shit.
No, it's not negative. It's not. How is that negative?
You keep hearing all the bad shit.
I'm hearing about shit that I don't need to try to get, which is COVID. So if I gotta wear this mask to keep me and the person I sleep in the bed with, and the child and the people around me, I will do everything. If they dropped a bomb right now and just all this bad gassy air came out, unfortunately, because I don't have 3 of these, I would give this to Naomi.
My family.
No, I'll give this to Naomi. I'll give this to Naomi so she can have it. Hopefully she can fit it. But I already told Janine, I'm buying 2 more of these. Just in case, brother. The gas mask, this is the best thing to have if anything ever happens to where Korea, China, anybody that don't live in this country decides to want to drop a nuke bomb on us or drop some airborne bacteria in the air. This will save me. That mask that we wear won't do nothing. This will, though. Even with I could wear this all day outside around here with this COVID. People be looking at me like I'm crazy. I say, I bet you'll get one just to have one.
This podcast just officially became my favorite podcast of all time.
Oh yeah, this is where it's at, people. You see where it's at? You see me. Y'all see me. You can hear me. You can see me. Yes, I'm wearing a gas mask. This is Army issue, Army grade. This is an official
how do you get to
gas
keep
mask.
That shit when they don't collect that shit when you leave the Army?
When you have capabilities and you've been around so many years and you go to so many field exercises and you see so much equipment, you collect things and you just keep it. Why would you turn you can buy this mask in the Army surplus store because people like me that had extra gear turned that shit in
But then I had to
I'm sure they'd notice if someone tried to keep their M4 though, right?
no, because these belong to the unit.
Right.
The unit NBC guy, they have all the NBC masks in the unit. So you don't, if you have an extra one because you found one, or you bought one out of the Army surplus store, because you know when you leave that unit, this get turned into that armor. I mean, the NBC guy. So I've collected over my 17 years. I've collected so much stuff that you're gonna. I know I got all my basic issue items right here. That if I got out the Army, this is all the stuff. I still got 6 bags of duffel bags full of just gear. I keep that. That's mine.
Cool. Nice.
So yeah. So the best thing is that this is an official. This is official. This ain't fake. This ain't when I bought out the smoke shop and I took the whole. Nah, this is official, y'all. So I'm prepared because of. I already kept it. I had an extra one. So it may look crazy, but I bet you, if something happened, I bet you I'll see Sonny with one of these. I bet you Sonny will be like, hey, help me go get a nearest surplus store. I need to go get me one of these masks right there.
In case we get gassed or something.
I'm telling you, that weed ain't gonna help you then. That's nothing. This, I was in the gas chamber looking at CS gas, and I didn't breathe nothing until I lifted it up.
Marijuana is more powerful than CS gas. It will destroy CS gas.
Yeah, okay.
So if you ever get hit with CS gas, take a hit of weed right after, and you'll be fine.
I will open the canister in your house right there, and I tell you which one you gonna sit there, which smoke you gonna sit there and take, the CS gas or that blunt smoke. I bet you'll run out the house. I bet you'll run out the house.
You want to know a true story, man? That's why I never signed up for the army. Like I went into I remember going into the recruiter's office. They saw me walking down the street. And they were like, "Hey, kid, come here." So I'm going in there, and I'm like, "How you doing?" And I remember the guy showing me the videos and shit, and I'm like, "Does everybody had to go through that, like with the gas?" He's like, "Yeah, it's basic training."
Oh, yes, it's basic training, yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm good, thanks."
But the way it's okay. This is how it works. This is how long you're in there. You got the whole I guess the company, company of every Alpha company, Bravo company. You all just in the class, right? So you got your whole class in there, and you're in one line. They tell you, okay, you file in, you go straight. The first person just walk alongside the wall, and walk all the way around. So you come back to the door you came in at. So that's the first person would end up back at the door he came in. So basically, that whole company will fit in that room around the wall, and the canister is in the middle of the room. When you walk in there, the other door that you're walking out of is on the adjacent corner, the opposite corner of the room. So you walk past it as you're the first person. You walk past the door, you're about to walk out. So now you got to run all the way back the way you came in to go out the room. What you got to do. So basically, when they say they light the canister, it's already lit. You got your mask on walking into this chamber. So then they tell you for each individual they come up to, they say, I want your name, rank. Well, you really don't have a rank. It's like your name. Well, they say, for me, they say my name, where I'm from, my social, and my MOS, which is my job type, 12 Bravo. Well, at the time, 21 Bravo, which that's what it was back in the day. Now it's 12 Bravo. So you got to say all that as you lift your mask. You got to say that. And then you're breathing in this gas as you're saying that. And they want you to say all of it. And then once you say all of it, then you can leave. Bro, I said Jesse Jackson, Newark, New Jersey. And right when I was about to say my birthday, I took that to say my next line. Yeah, that gas went right in. And I ran out. And he's like, I said, I had to speak fast. I was like, 144-82-8493. I said my social really fast. I said my birthday. I said my MOS really fast. I ran out, bro. I had my hands up like this, like a duck.
you the snot is coming out your nose, spit is coming out your mouth. There's nothing you can do about trying to be all hard. The hardest do.
This is what I'm. My point is this, right? If you tell me, right, let's say you're my commanding officer, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you tell me, Sonny, if some shit goes down, put that fucking mask on. I believe you. I don't need to breathe in CS gas to have faith in the equipment. I have faith in the equipment, brother. I believe you 100%. You tell me to put my mask on, I'll drop everything I'm doing. I'll put my mask on.
And that's what they're telling us to do. Put our mask on.
Right, but what I'm saying is I don't need that exercise to do that. Like, believe me, the fire will be under my ass to do the right thing when I'm supposed to do it. You know? I
So
don't need to be gassed.
I have a question. I was thinking about this because the only reason I thought about this because everywhere me and Janine, it's happened a few times. And so I was like, okay, I wonder, I gotta ask Sonny this question. So basically, okay, one day me and Janine was in, at the Ellington outlet mall. Me, Janine was at the mall. And we was in the sunglass hut. So everything we was picking up to try on and everything, the lady was right behind us with a face shield wiping everything off and putting it back. And so I didn't understand I'm thinking, okay.
I would have been trying on every pair of
glasses. So, I mean, at first, because this is the first time walking into a shop and I'm seeing it, I didn't know what was going on. I really didn't know what was going on. So I'm thinking, like, okay, black people is wiping all the stuff that we touching. Like, they're going to get black germs. But that's just my conscience. But she was like, I kept picking up one. Janine picking up trying glasses on. We just trying glasses on, not being funny. So she kept wiping glasses, picking up, wiping out, picking up, wiping out. And so we turned and looked at her. And she's like, "Oh, can y'all minimize picking up the glasses because I gotta wipe them down?" I was like, "Oh, my bad." So we had picked up like 6 glasses, bro. We used to pick them up and put them on. So reason why I asked you that, when you're in the gym, do y'all wipe your mask down after or during your practices? I don't know how many people is on the mat. I've seen the mat.
After every single training session, we bleach the mats.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was like, okay, if it's a room full of people, because I know I've seen the room, and I know if you got I know y'all do your classes.
The mats are the least of our problems. I mean, if somebody in there's got COVID and they're training and they sweat and it goes into somebody's eyeball, I mean, that's it. They got COVID.
No, the reason why I asked because if you go to the gym, they say if you go to the gym, they wipe down equipment. They wipe down everything every time somebody sweat is part of you. That's part of your DNA. That's coming out of a person's pores. So I'm not a scientist. I'm not in the medical field, but because it's pores and it's sweat, I would think that it's similar to saliva and everything else that can, if it gets on me, and let's say some person sweating and rub past me in Walmart. He's been running, exhausted, he's sweating, but he's positive for COVID. He's sweating. He runs past me accidentally and brushes his arm up. His sweaty arm touches my dry arm. Now I'm looking at that, what I'm saying. So I gotta ask my wife.
Yeah, you have to ask Janine. I don't think it's transmitted that way.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just something I wanted to ask. I haven't asked my wife that, so but I was just asking that because I know y'all have a lot of people on the mat at one time, maybe.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something. What we're doing for as far as COVID is concerned is super dangerous. I mean, like, we're going in there, nobody's wearing masks. I mean, why bother wearing a mask when you're just going to be grappling with each other in a few minutes anyway? So it's stupid to wear masks to the gym because we're just going to be like sweating all over each other and breathing in each other's faces. I mean, it's like you can't help it. But everybody knows the risks. They're there. They've all signed a COVID waiver, and everybody that's there is there on their own accord, and they want to be there. I have students that have continued to pay their membership dues, but they have not yet come back to the gym because for whatever reason they're living with a loved one who's got asthma or something like that. So they've chosen to not come back. But the people that have chosen to come back, they're pirates, bro. They don't give a shit. They're like, give me this disease. I don't, you know, they're healthy young guys, so they don't, you know, they don't.
I mean, healthy. I mean, I think people that's healthy actually are dying from it too. I mean, it's not. You don't have to be.
I don't know, bro. I got to be honest with you, man. Like, you know, I posted up a thing on my Facebook, and it was like, you know, perfectly healthy 16-year-old dies from COVID-19. So I look at the article, and first of all, the kid is morbidly obese. And at the time of his death, he had 10 times the blood sugar level that he should have had, and he had type 1 diabetes. So that's not perfectly healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not perfectly healthy. So, you know, I think these people that are perfectly healthy are, you know, I think we're being lied to on some level, because I don't see some 25-year-old guy with no problems, with no health issues, you know, getting COVID and just dropping dead from it mysteriously. I think there's something going on with that person that either he didn't know about or that nobody else knew about.
What if he was able to take a trip, like how they used to do kids back in the day, take them scared straight, take them to the jail, and see how the jail life could be? If you was able to go to a hospital, would you go just to see a COVID unit?
I mean, that wouldn't change my mind about what I'm doing, man.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it basically, would you want to see if it's like a real COVID patient that's really feeling the effects of it, that's actually a healthy type of person? Because I know a dancer that died recently, I think a few weeks ago, that was very healthy, and he died of COVID.
Yeah, and I'm certainly not saying or denying that young people are dying from COVID. All I'm saying is that we as a nation are obese people. Like we are fat people in this country, you know, and we don't take care of ourselves. We don't eat the right things. Like, people don't eat the right foods. I mean, dude, I know what I should be eating, and I still don't fucking do it, you know? And it's like, I do it better than I should. And I used to be much fatter, and I lost the weight. And since then,
I've seen your pictures. You was big. So, I mean, you cared about your weight.
Right. But it wasn't just about my
it.
weight. It wasn't about my weight. It was about growing up to be able to see my kid grow up. And that was really what changed things for me in my mind, and I turned my health around. And I think what's happening is, like, there's not enough information going out. It's like, you know, doctors in general, I don't think, are informing their patients enough about dieting right and exercising and eating and sleeping. I mean, these are some of the most important things you can do to build up your immune system. So if you come into contact with something like COVID, at least you have a fighting chance, because you've got a good immune system, because you're taking care of your body. But if you don't give a shit about your body,
that's like my challenge I do every morning. I do sit-up challenge because I'm not trying to get kidney failure. You know, my uncle has it, and I'm fighting for him. I'm fighting because he's waiting to try to get a kidney transplant. But to prevent me or anybody else from getting that, I care about anybody's health and well-being. And if I know I can give a message to somebody, if I can say I can stop somebody from jumping off the roof because I did some push-ups, and that was motivated enough to make that person that's not trying to kill itself get off that roof and do some push-ups. That's what I'm saying.
That's a great challenge that you're doing. My point is this. I just find it ironic that people will put on a mask to go and drive to the Shake Shack to buy a bunch of burgers and shakes and fries, and then they'll come back with their mask, take their mask off, and then eat that shit. It's like, bro, you might as well just take off the mask, because the shit you're putting into your body is just as bad as COVID. It's just going to take a little longer to kill you. You know what I mean?
Like you said, you are what you eat. And the guy that I was talking about, the dancer I was talking about, his name was Nick Cordero. And the COVID actually attacks it. It's a disease that causes blood clots in almost every organ. if it's like I said, some people are fortunate to get over it, and some people are not.
Well,
I mean, it's been babies that's died, little kids.
That's not really a fair way of saying it, because let's be honest, most people that get COVID are surviving it, and it's like a 99 something % survival rate. So like most of the people that are getting COVID either don't even know they have it, or they're just getting over it with very little or no symptoms. Some people are having a harder time and still getting over it.
Hold on, son. Hold on for a second. So,
but the point is, more people are getting over it. Vastly more people are getting over it than are not. So the people that the people that are dying from this, it's so far less than the people that are getting this and recovering. So that's a good thing. And I still understand, wear a mask and all that, and don't spread the shit. But I just think in the end, like, it's either going to be one of two things. It's either going to be a vaccine, or it's going to be herd immunity. One of the two.
And with that, I would end that conversation with hopefully it's a vaccine, because we need to get one. Moving on, I know everybody was waiting on to see my face today because of the week that I had. So,
by the way,
a video.
I crashed my car today. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. I saw this video, and I don't know whether it was an old video, if it was fake or real, but the video is very graphic, and it was a video of a black girl getting hung by a couple of guys with a Confederate flag in the background. They had her unconscious, and tied a noose around her neck and pulled her up off the ground from the rope from the ceiling. So
what?
That was
where was this?
Like I say, I don't know where it was at. It was a video that was shared to me, and
it was real.
I'm not going to say that it was real, but I don't believe not one Confederate person that's out there is going to make a fake video, and I do not believe any black person would let somebody put a noose around their neck to pull them off the ground. I don't care.
Because I haven't seen what you're talking about. This is the first.
It's every time it gets uploaded, it gets taken down. So the next day, I mean,
you have it on your phone.
It's like I'm saying, it's on the message.
Do you have it on your phone?
No, it's what I'm saying. On the messenger, they deleted the whole thing. But I was able to talk to the police that night, and because I was a little disturbed by it, that's why I posted a little message about it.
Oh, you reported it?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I've seen some stuff. Y'all know, I've been to Iraq, and so I've seen some things. But to see a person get hung, I know it's been going on recently too, but that's after the fact. That's images, or you don't see it happening. And to see it, the girl reminded me of my own daughter, because she looked like she was about in the early 20s. So it just instantly made me think about my daughter. It kind of like, excuse my language, it fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? So I felt better the next day after I was talked to the police officer that I spoke to, a female cop, which made it better. I didn't want to talk to no guy, but the guys, nothing against men, but women are more
empathetic,
sympathetic about the situation. They're more emotional. They understand it. So she actually came up out of her office and came to me when I walked in the building. After I had to go see a digital thermometer and get my forehead checked, it's telling me to stand back up. So once she came out, she sat down and asked me what I need, and I told her that I spoke to the cop yesterday, and we stepped outside and showed her the video, and she got disturbed by it, and she don't have kids, and she was real disturbed by it, and so she really wanted to find out a lot about this video. So it was not downloadable. Couldn't download it. So when I got home, I just recorded it from my computer, like screen recorded my computer and turned my phone towards it and just emailed it to him. So the only thing that was on that video was the person's name and a time. That was it. But it was a black guy watching it, And he was like, "Y'all see this?" And it was like one of the videos that they want you to delete before they take it off. You gotta share it. And my thing is like, instead of sharing a video, whether it was a long time ago, fake or not, you know, just report it. Instead of trying to get a video viral so you can get numbers, that's somebody's child. He's trying to they posting somebody's child around and watching the death. And like I said, I don't know whether or not it's fake or real, but that is not a prank for me. You know, nothing like that is a prank. There's nothing.
Yeah, we
funny
don't want
about
to
that.
see shit like that.
So I just want to let everybody know that I was able to talk to the authorities and it eased my mind to know that I was able to feel like I just did something. Whether it just made me feel better to know I spoke to the authorities about it. So
Man, that's fucked up.
But yeah, it threw me off. It threw me off a little bit. That's why I wasn't into making no music. I wasn't into nothing like for the past few days. And today I just started working on some music again. So I'm back into the producer state.
I'll tell you what, man. Like, no lie. When what was the school up in Connecticut, babe? The school that got shot with their little kitties.
Oh, Newtown.
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 When the Newtown shooting happened in Connecticut, I was living in Connecticut at the time with a child at the same age as those kids. We were living in Connecticut. Yes, we were.
We were in New Tampa.
No, we were not.
The debate. There's a debate.
I say we were living in Connecticut. I'm almost sure of it. She's fact checking me. It's fucking unbelievable.
She's
I get
fact checking.
Well, anyway, the point is, Jake was around the same age as those kids, and that shooting fucked me up for a good couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, Jesse, I went into that little depression being anti-gun. I was an anti-gun guy, and I came out of that depression being a pro-gun guy, because in my head, like I wrestled it around, and I was like, they've made law after law after law after law, and people are still getting killed and slaughtered. I'm like, the only way is you got to be a sheepdog, and you got to be a sheepdog and go in there and kill these, fuckers,
Yeah.
So that was like my thought, and it just made me come out of my depression. And we were in Florida. Oh.
And y'all both wrong.
Yeah.
What?
It was right after we moved down.
It was right after we moved out.
Oh.
So. But yeah, man.
I should have said Florida. I might have been right. I would have been right.
That shooting messed me up bad. That was,
I mean, any school shooting gonna mess anybody up. I mean, just somebody dying from somebody idiocy with a gun is gonna always trip somebody out. I mean, everybody got kids in school, especially them, high schools, elementary schools, or whatever. Most of these high schools that's getting hit, but the last one here in Florida was
Parkland, right?
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. So everybody got kids in school at them ages. So it's gonna always hit home. Doesn't matter whether you got kids or not. It's kids. You know what I'm saying? Just like it hit home when police brutality. You know what I'm saying? White, black doesn't matter, but majority black, minorities, I should say, it hits home. So it's all about just stay safe. You gotta be safe. That's what it is all about. We gotta be safe because you only get one life. You can't press pause. You can't rewind. You can't restart and respawn. You only get one life. You gotta try to take care of it the best you can. I mean, I'm trying to take care of it the best I can. I'm 46. I'll be 47 in a few months, almost.
We just
half a year.
We gotta make sure that as parents, you and me, that we don't fuck up our kids as much as our parents fucked us up.
That's
what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So if there's rules, as adults, we gotta follow rules. We got the most rules to follow more than the kid do. because we are mentoring kids. So everything we teach kids is really rules and knowledge. So we can't tell our kids to go to school and say, "Hey, listen to what the teacher tell you to do. Follow the rules, so you don't have no detention." We are hypocrites if we're not following our own rules. So everybody needs to look in the mirror when it comes to any and everything. I mean, we can't tell a kid to follow rules if we ain't following rules as adults. That's just a fact statement. You can fact check that. Anybody can fact check that. You cannot tell a kid to follow rules, and we get rules every day as adults. Drive cars every day. There's rules to everything about driving a car.
This just in. Do as I say, not as I do.
Hey, and what happens? Do as I say, not as I do. What happens when that happens? What happens?
Monkey do.
You know what I'm saying? What happens? I love you, baby. You look very sexy. Very sexy. My baby about to step outside with her COVID mask on. But yeah, she looks very summery today. It's always summer in Florida. I love here. I love it here because we have a lot of vacation spots that it's in jeopardy right now. But one spot that just opened up, Disney. Disney just opened up, and they actually had good numbers. They had a good review. They got everything right, you know what I'm saying, as far as social distancing and everything. You cannot do nothing without your mask on down there. You can bring your own, what's that, hand sanitizers, whatever. I mean, we already got our plan on how we're going to attack Disney. We're going to attack them, y'all. We're going to attack them like Star Wars and everything. I might bring my lightsaber with me. Yes, I have a lightsaber. I don't want to see your stomach. No one wants to see the gut.
No, I was looking for my weed. I think
no one wants that.
Oh, I got a little roach left. I'm gonna light my roach.
Universal is also open. Another vacation spot. Just when y'all come down here, if y'all decide to want to ride down here and y'all don't have no job to where y'all can self-quarantine. It doesn't hurt you to self-quarantine or quarantine when you get home. I don't know. But if you come down here on vacation, Disney and Universal are open. But please, don't mess it up for us Floridians. Don't come down here like the North people did and come down here and storm our beaches and shut it down and then bounce and go back up north, and it hurt us. So when y'all come down here,
I got a better idea. Don't come here. If you don't live in Florida, stay the fuck out. How about that?
I mean, that's how Sunny feels, y'all. But I want y'all. I got family. Come see me. My family, y'all are more welcome to come see me.
Unless you're my friend unless you're a friend or family, then yes.
I always say, if y'all come to Florida, just follow our rules. If you're social distancing up there, it's not going to change. You're not going to step across the line and, oh my God, I got COVID. It's not going to happen like that. So when you come down here, the same rules you follow in your state, when you come here, do the same thing. It ain't no different. Then when you go home, you go home. I don't know how you get here, fly or plane, train, or automobile, whatever one. Just continually do what you're doing at the house when you come here. But don't come down here and mess up our rules, not follow our rules, and mess it up for us because we live here. That's all I'm saying. So vacation spots. We got beaches, so the beaches are open. We got casinos. Casinos are open. So social distance, y'all. Come down here prepared. You can still have fun on vacation if you come here.
So you want to hear how I crashed my truck today?
Yes.
Wait till you see
hear how you got to call State Farm now.
Bro, wait till you see the damage. Oh.
This must have been really earlier today.
Yeah, just today, man. I was in a parking garage, and I lit up a joint. I started smoking it, and we were driving out, and it's fucking yellow pole, man. I didn't even see it. Just
boom,
right into it.
Right there. The marijuana hit.
Now, most people will hear this story and think that the marijuana was the reason. The marijuana wasn't the reason. I drive high. Anytime you see me, I'm high. But the thing is, I'm a very high functioning pothead. But the thing is, I didn't see the yellow pole. I just didn't see it. My truck.
Don't
was
worry.
too high.
Don't worry. Janine actually did it too, but hers when her, she turned too sharp and hit it, but she wasn't
Well,
high.
that's the embarrassing part, bro.
She wasn't high though.
This is typically something a woman does.
No,
I thought you had situational awareness of Batman.
I do have the situational awareness of Batman.
Not anymore, but
you backed into a pole, my brother.
Oh, I didn't back
Batman is
I didn't even
gone.
back into it. It's worse than that. I drove into it,
Oh, that's worse.
dude. After
Babe,
this
hey, if
after
Janine
this
is watching,
podcast-
baby, if you watching, your pole incident do not match up to what Sonny did to
Bro.
his truck. He drove into his.
after this podcast, walk outside your door, take a right. And my
Oh, you
truck
already
is
know
there.
because you already know what I got to handle. Trust me. I want to
Yeah,
see.
Janine says I've done it without pot.
I knew she was
No,
gonna say
look,
that.
no offense, Gene. I don't mean any offense to you or any other women out there, but this is behavior we expect from women. That's why I feel embarrassed that I hit a pole because I'm a man, and men don't do shit like that. We usually don't just crash into shit. Now, the other day, I want to balance this out because the other fucking shit slipping on that fucking thing. My wife's water bottle is hysterical. Wait till you see this. Hold on.
Wow. Now I remember people with those.
yeah.
I've had people with those water bottles in the military. They would have a whole thing full. They would drink that all day. When it's empty, they fill it up.
It's bigger
That-
than her. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, I preface this by saying that women are smarter than men
Yes.
overall. Women have a higher intellect,
I can agree.
but crashing your car into an immovable object is usually a woman's game. That's all I'm saying.
Raise your hand if you've done that.
Oh, see now Janine says you got to post this one. Now she says she got to see it. She got to see it now. Wow, you see what she? Oh yeah, she already seen it. So you see her expression. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see this one.
Yeah. I'm just hoping I'm carrying more than liability. I think I am.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank Christ, insurance. My insurance is going to go up, but thank God, insurance is going to cover it. Because, bro,
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
need a side panel. My fucking passenger door won't open right now. My fucking
Damn.
the whole right headlight is just destroyed and crushed in. And me and Kyle
Wow.
were driving back from the weigh-ins today, listening to the sounds that the shit was making as my wheel was. I was just like, you know what? You know how we deal with that? And I turned up the music.
Hell yeah, that's what I would have did. Shit. Wow. Oh my God, Sonny hit a pole.
Yeah.
What a way to end this real quick. We didn't have a winner last month. We came close. We was at 15 call-ins. So we are into a new month of July. With the JR promo, you can receive any merch that you want from my site if you are the 20th caller. So that's if you want to do a video or if you want to just do an audio call in or whatever, you are a guest or whatever, that person is the number. So if you're not tracking the show or tracking the number, if you're trying to get that free merch, you better be tracking that 20. So that's all I got to say about that. And it is Friday, and I like to give my safety brief, but I'll let Sonny give his 3.
Well, hang on, because I gotta pull up some stuff. So you just keep talking for a minute there, Buster.
All right, well, see, this is what I'm gonna do. I already know what he's doing. I know what he's doing, so he's preparing the end of the show. So that's good. But my 3 safety things is I'm married, so I'm gonna say don't beat the spouse. If you go outside, make sure you mask up. And 2, don't drink and drive. Cause there's no more liquor passing out the bars, so there's no reason why you're going to a bar. So, but don't go to Walmart getting liquor and open it out and drinking it in the car and then driving off, because you will get caught. So no drinking and driving. Don't beat your spouse and wear your mask when you walk out your house. Damn, I all wrap that.
So
Yes.
this
You can-
podcast is sponsored by JR Apparel.
Yes, you can see that you can get socks, tank
Oh,
tops,
look,
leggings.
that's my shit right there. Look at that.
Yes. Sonny
I like
has
that right there.
yes. See the Sugar Bee outfit. I mean the Sugar Bee merch is out there. It's in stores. I just actually had somebody get their hoodie today. Finally, after a long wait, but it came from overseas, internationally because I don't know. But he finally got it today. Took a picture of it. He's going to take a picture of it and post it on his Facebook page. My mom got the merch. My wife got merch. I got merch. My brother got merch. The guy that designed it has a copy of it. Has a shirt design. So it's out there, people. I'm not afraid of spending my money on something that you can win, so that way you can support black-owned businesses around town. Even though it's online, this is black-owned. I am black man, but I am the Tubbs. He is Crockett.
The other sponsor of the show is me,
Yes,
and
Yes.
I've got a new site set up. I'm going to debut that right here for you. This is my website for my producing. It's sunnyparlinproducer.com.
okay,
And you have the option to listen and purchase music and also to work with me. If you want to work with me, click on that button right there, and it'll bring you to my Fiverr page, which I have set up. And yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go,
Okay.
man. I'm busting. I'm stepping my game up. I'm stepping my
Okay.
game up. So
okay. We got to talk.
yeah,
We got to do some talking, my brother.
yes, for sure.
But yo, I do appreciate everybody coming out. Let me see you on my live feed. Terrence Williams, Stacy Dennis, Roy Carr, my uncle Darryl, Ivory Wilson, that's Fo Mozzie, his fiance. That's what I see. And I know Janine stepped in, Justin Whaley. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. We here at Crockett and Tubbs do appreciate everybody coming out every Monday and Friday, checking us out at 420. And we hope y'all have a good, safe weekend. And Sonny forgot y'all. He got to get you all with the safety brief. Get them all. Hit them off for three.
3, 2, 1.
He's scared to get the safety brief going. Just see it. Hit that subscribe on YouTube. Hit that like bell button.